Cheers, Noadvisory podcast. We are back, man. We got a very special guest in the motherfucking building with us, Miss Rika Pesos. I need the sound effects back. We had those songs back.
It's gone, man.
You know what I mean? Nah, it's back. It's back. Yeah, it's back, but
it's just not this episode.
Yeah, not this episode. You know what I mean?
Put those fingers away.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta put it on. Yeah, all that shit. Yeah, I mean, Miss Rika Pesos, let people know who you are, where you from, the fuck you do, baby.
Alright, I'm Rika Pesos, originally from Richmond, Virginia, now in Charlotte, I guess for the moment. And I write, rap, poetry, podcasting. I do a little bit of everything.
Right, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all of that.
Why didn't I know that you were from Richmond? I didn't know that. My best friend is from Richmond.
A lot of people say that. They say I never would have guessed you were from Richmond.
Never knew you were from Richmond. Okay, that's what's up.
I like Richmond as I lived in Virginia for I don't even like telling people I lived in Virginia because it was so horrible. But if I said, nah, I'm dead ass serious. Like,
no, I hate Virginia
it's
too.
It's a jail, like an open jail to me.
Yeah,
it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Commonwealth state.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's horrible. I applaud you from,
For getting out.
Yeah.
You
got out, son.
Y'all act like she got out of prison. Damn.
She did.
I've been to Virginia Beach, so I guess I went to the fun part of Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia Beach is alright. Only when it's summertime. But other than that, it's just it's horrible.
Oh, okay. I went during spring break,
It's definitely different. I was home. Actually, I just got back last night, and they're building Richmond up. So.
Okay,
we'll see what happens.
Word, what the fuck is you doing?
I'm sorry, y'all can hear that?
Yes. That's annoying.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, you said what?
Bitch, fuck you.
What's annoying? Where are you going? Nervous tick?
Shut up.
Oh,
excuse me. Okay.
What
Somebody
happened?
was upset. I don't know. Is the
Oh, something fell.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Go ahead, man. Can we,
Yeah.
That's the Lord. I told y'all I'm on the Lord's side.
I'm sorry,
Y'all
I
messing with
interrupted
me.
her.
Go ahead, sis.
saying?
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying they're building Richmond up. So hopefully.
Next time I go, it'll be okay. Well, when I do go for the first time.
They got some cool spots though. I went to a bar, Three Monkeys, and it was real cool.
That's what's up.
That sounds like it's lit.
Spots. Yeah, it was dope.
Now you said that you didn't. Well, when you said your bio, you said you live in Charlotte now, but for now, you plan on being in Charlotte? Or are you dipping out on
We heard that. What was that?
You know we hear everything.
I mean, I like Charlotte. I think Charlotte is up and coming. I've been doing a lot of community work, particularly around Charlotte school systems. But I also love LA. So
Okay.
Don't we all? I love it.
I love LA too.
I do love LA. The only thing for me, I just feel like I wonder what my motivation level will be in LA, because it's a lot. It's a lot. It can be. I think it can be for me, my personality, because I feel like I have FOMO in LA. I don't have it in Charlotte, but I feel like I'll have it in LA.
Really?
Yeah.
And see, LA, what I love is everybody had a plan A and a plan B. So primary hustle and then their own hustle.
Right.
It's it's a city of hustlers.
Yeah, and I feel like
it's
going
the same
to LA.
thing I love about
Right.
New York. It's like a city of hustlers.
And going to LA or New York, I feel like you had to have a plan A, plan B.
Right.
Like, if I ain't here in a year, let me go on back to that.
Right.
Facts. Well, let's talk about this 6-track fire gem you done dropped on us.
Thank you.
I was like, you know what I'm saying, when I first heard it, and I'll tell you my favorite track was the first one.
Ready or not?
Ready or Not. I just
Okay.
because I'm like a Fuji fan, I just like that beat.
Gotcha.
And I remember when we first had interviewed you, and then we just celebrated the anniversary and joint like that. We did the first live show with you.
Right.
You doing the poet thing. And the second time we interviewed you, you briefly talked about the music, but you wasn't in it.
Right.
Now you in it. I was like, hold up, y'all gotta hear the CD, man. Tell the people about the CD. What was the name behind it? What is it called?
Just a sample, the 6
The
tape.
6 tape. So tell the people the whole narrative behind the 6 tape.
Okay, so it's every track on there, I only listen to 90s music. Well, I won't say only, but mainly listen to 90s music.
Same.
Yeah, I grew up in the 90s era, so I can't get rid of it. And I started connecting with producers who were using 90s samples. And I was like, I'm just going to do a whole project of 90s samples.
Right.
And I was like, I had been concentrating on the poetry more than the music. And I would do the ciphers at Red from time to time. Shout outs to Superman, a poet named Superman.
Right.
Yes.
And he would always like call me into the cipher, and I'm like, yo, I'm actually nice out here.
I know that's right.
I felt like it's like, all right, a lot of people didn't know. They knew me for the poetry,
Right.
not so much the music. But I've been doing music for a while, like a few years. And I have a little song on iTunes, but it's an older song. So I'm like, okay, it's time to like really get serious about it. And I just put together a compilation of 90 samples. So it's original tracks, but using 90 samples. The only one that's like an exact sample is the Luna S 5 on it, which is the outro track, the Throwback Thursday track.
Yeah.
And just something real quick. And I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta. And so my line number was a 6, and I was like, let me play on that.
Hater.
Right. He did. Like, what's that?
And I set it up perfectly. I threw her the alley.
She owned it.
And so I wanted to incorporate, like, I was originally going to drop the project on January the 13th.
Okay.
And we were trying to clear every sample, and that was just crazy. So I was like, all right.
Sample clearance. So for half of them shits.
Right. And I used so many samples that, like, clearing them was getting ridiculously expensive.
Right.
So I was like, I'm just going to drop it as a mixtape, revise it, and put it out as a 6 tape. 6 tracks. It's a play on the fact that I was a 6.
Oh, okay.
1999 is, like, the oldest record sample on there. And so...
Right. So I know on the CD listen you got 6 different producers.
Yeah.
Right. So like, what was your like? How did you select the particular producers that you did?
Mainly YouTube. A lot of times, like, I would just type in. I thought about songs that I really enjoyed from the '90s era, and I was just searching to see what producers had sampled them and sampled them well. And the first one was the Aaliyah sample, which ended up being "I Don't Wanna," which is track 2 on the project. And
It's my favorite Aaliyah song.
in mine too.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to the producer and I was like, yo, how much for the track? And so I did that with every single producer. I just went through, found producers that had sample records that I was really feeling, did the remakes, and then reached out to the producers.
Right.
So the producers are not all in Charlotte?
Nah.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. I know, a lot of artists in Charlotte, they try to, not necessarily try, but, their network is only here, I guess you can say. So that's dope.
You have a broader network.
Right.
Yeah.
A broader reach. That's
So you just reached out to the producers of the songs, or?
Yeah, of the the ones who had produced the sample.
Oh, okay,
And
got
then
you,
when we
got
were trying
you.
to clear the samples, we had to go through like BMI and those types of things. And we weren't able to get every sample clear, which is why it ended up being a mixtape. So
Right.
it's like free distribution. It's available on Spinrilla. So you can go to spinrilla.com/Rika Pesos or download the Spinrilla app and search Rika Pesos and it comes right up.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I mean the CD is dope. I sat there and listened to it when I first caught whiff of it, and I was like, oh shit, we got bars, yo. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Then I started listening because when I listen to music, I catch the beat first, and obviously the beat's attracting because I'm a 90s head.
Right.
And then I listen to the lyrics, and then I just put them both together. So I listen to them, so B already had me up with the lyrics. I'm like,
And then I feel like when you hear like that beat, like when it is your song, you automatically like, oh, I gotta listen to
I
this.
have to
'cause
listen
to
I
it.
have to listen to
Right.
how, I don't care who it is. If it's my song on top of a beat,
Right.
you know what I mean? I have to listen to it.
And at least just to make sure that it lives up to your expectations.
right.
Some mad shit like how you fucked up my song like this. It's gonna be one of the other.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
And that was like my whole process. If I didn't feel like I was gonna do the track justice, I just
You just wasn't gonna
Right.
do it.
Because I had
That's
a
what's up.
couple of producers once, like they kind of got wind of what I was working on. Like the producer told the producer
Right.
that started sending me samples.
Okay.
And I didn't feel like it was something that I was gonna like really do it justice or really
Good
wasn't
for
vibing
you.
with it. I didn't mess with it.
Awesome to have respect
Absolutely.
for those who came
Right.
before you. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't do that.
yeah, a lot of you don't do that. So you
Right.
still a Lakers fan?
Of course.
How you feel about LeBron being on Lakers?
See what we not.
What he
about
tried to do was throw her alley-oop into a sports section.
How you do that?
We don't do
I'm done with you.
We don't do sports
Hey,
on
that's
the Way
what
Live
you do. That's
podcast.
good.
But
How you
I'll
feel
let y'all
about
have
LeBron
it.
going on?
I'm not a huge LeBron fan. I like his philanthropy, but I'm not a huge fan of him as a player.
Why not? I never understand that. Why not?
How can anybody not like LeBron? Now, again, this is coming from two girls that don't watch sports. But we love us some LeBron now.
So why not? I don't understand why not.
I just feel like he kind of.
That's Kobe.
Well, yeah,
Right.
of course.
Of course.
But I feel like LeBron kind of started that wave of like stacking teams, and I don't necessarily
I'm
think
sorry, what's stacking team?
like
Switching, going around.
Some
when they go
sports
onto a
like
team where you're guaranteed, like that already has a strong starting.
So you
five
guaranteed to
roster.
win the
You
championship.
pretty much guaranteed the championship.
That's
It's the move
dirty.
KD
Well,
did when he
So y'all saying that Kobe was just that good that he didn't have to do that? He stayed with the Lakers for years or
Yeah,
something?
when-
That is
He
loyalty. I do
endured-
respect loyalty now.
He endured all the losing
I do
seasons.
now.
Is this not a job? Isn't it their job though?
But
They
it
get
is.
paid.
Listen, we ain't about to get
Dang,
into the whole
Sha.
sports thing.
It's
with
money.
These people here.
But it's also about like.
It's a job. If I don't like my job, or if I'm not gonna get
Well,
mad,
not that if you don't like it. If he doing it because he feel like, I'm leaving this team because I feel like this team could offer me something better. When you can stick with the team you got, and you know what I mean.
no, it's a
Right.
job. I leave jobs all the time.
Now you know I am. Hey, you know what? I'm quick.
Check Sean's resume the last 10 years.
Okay, like 12 jobs.
While I'm over here talking loyalty, you gonna look at my resume? Well, bitch, how you didn't have 5, 6 jobs in the last 5, 6 years?
Bruh,
Okay.
bruh.
But no, I am for loyalty though. I am.
Anyway, so go ahead and have y'all discussion. Continue. And that's all I had to say.
I think they came to a mutual decision. They both don't like LeBron. He was all right once you said that. Like, all right. Like that's all.
They always bonded over Kobe. For
Nah,
whatever
yeah.
reason.
I still got my Kobe shirt.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, you made her a Kobe shirt, right?
Oh, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that was nice of you.
Classic. I was like, if she likes Kobe, I gotta get her Kobe.
Oh, that was
You know what I'm
nice.
saying?
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
Was that it?
Yeah, I'm just not a
Oh,
huge
okay.
LeBron fan. I didn't like the LeBron to the Lakers move, but I love the Lakers as a team.
Right.
I do feel like they're like gonna be heavy contenders this year. So
Right, I mean, both of the teams at LA is doing good right now, so, you know, I don't think they're gonna win a chip, but, you know.
only LA we acknowledge as Lakers.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. So, are you still into the poetry or not? God, that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
definitely,
you just
of
hit me with
course.
the CD and shit.
Yeah, because I mean, rap is just like rap stands for rhythm and poetry, and a lot of people never realize that.
Right.
I never knew that was today.
So actually, I'm working on a project now. I'm not gonna give a release date, but definitely 2020 release. It's a complete spoken word EP. So
Okay.
people that knew me from the poetry side, when I put out, and if on the 6 tape, there's like a spoken word style track to the All My Life Casey and JoJo sample. And so it's more like poetry over a beat.
Right.
And so the project that I'm dropping 2020 is a complete spoken word EP called State of the Union.
Okay. What I want to know is, like, because a lot of poets, when they write raps, some of them feel like it's easier to write raps because they write poetry. Some people say it's more difficult to try to
Go
put
to a
their
beat and all
words
that.
into a rap song. Like, how is it for you? Is it easier since you're a dope poet to write a rap song, or is it harder?
It's easier I started actually battle rapping when I was like a kid.
Battle rap?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I don't want no prize or shit.
So my mom and my grandparents are from Queens, so I
Okay.
spent
What
a
up?
lot of
Shout out to Queen Dan.
a lot of
Queens,
summers
what
in
else?
New York,
Shit.
a lot of time in New York, and these dudes would come on in the stoop freestyle battling, and I remember being a little kid and like hopping in the cipher, and then moving into like middle school, high school, doing the battle rap thing. So
Facts.
it's easier for me to rap.
Okay. To put the poetry to rap.
Well, it's weird because I write them differently. Like my cadence with poetry is completely different than my cadence when writing music.
Right.
Music, like some of my favorite artists are J Fab. So I'm looking at punchline, delivery, all of that, wordplay. Poetry, similarly, I'm looking at like delivery, wordplay, but more concepts. And that's why this project that I'm putting out in 2020 is called State of the Union, because you're going to hear a lot more like social justice, political, just like my opinions on things put into poetry. And then it's also some personal pieces on there, just like on the mixtape. So it's a blend.
I'm mad you didn't put Pac in there, because I was hearing your list of MCs say J Fab. I'm like, you
I mean,
poet,
Pac's
Pac,
definitely-
poet. Even though I hate Pac to death.
I'm surprised you
Trash.
even mentioned Pop.
No, because
Yeah.
you know a lot of poets, they love Tupac. They be like, yo, he's just the dopest poet of all time.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask.
Pac is definitely in my top 5.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to ask, being that you're kind of tapping into more of the rap now. Like, where would you say your heart, like, if you had to choose one, like, if someone was like, you know what, you gotta choose one, which one would it be?
That's tough. Sheesh. I don't know. I can't say that I could pick a favorite because I started as a rapper, and that's like best kept secret. I was in a rap group as a kid, and transitioned into poetry. So I started doing poetry slams at like 15, but I started rapping at like 8. So
Oh wow,
that's tough. I don't think I can pick.
you gonna pick? Yeah.
So with the project that you have out now and the one that you are bringing out in 2020, like where do you see yourself, I guess, kind of fitting in? I don't know if you necessarily want to fit in, but you know, the scene in Charlotte, I feel like is different than what you do. You know what I'm saying? So where do you see yourself kind of like fitting in like where music is now, I guess you can say?
I don't.
Right.
I think I don't like today's music. A lot of today's music. Like, I really enjoy Fab's new project, the Summer Shit Out 3.
Oh, you
I
like
see
it?
everybody talking about it. I haven't listened to it.
Bad reviews on that
So,
shit.
first listen, I didn't like it. I was like, oh, this is
You had
bad.
to listen to it.
Yeah, I had to give it.
Why did you say it was bad? What was wrong with it the first time you listened to it?
I think he had too many features.
Okay.
I wanted a Fab project, especially after how
So
long
long,
it's been.
right.
Yeah. I think he went for like a commercial angle, which I wasn't really feeling. What helped me is listening to the project in reverse. So before I tried to listen to it beginning to end, I had to go back and listen to it. The last record is one of my favorites. It's a joint with him and Jeremiah. And that helped me like grow on the project and really tune in.
Right.
Fab's definitely a lyricist, so
Yeah, he is. He is. Some albums you do gotta sit with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if it's somebody that you fuck with. You'll take a moment like, I ain't like it the first time, but you kind of have to be in a certain mood.
That's
and
how
I guess
it was with me with
mix it up.
Wale's last album.
Really?
Or his newest album.
I mean, but even so, when you like an artist,
When
and
you like
listen
an
to it,
artist,
like,
yeah. Or
you
respect the
respect in
artist.
something,
Right.
then you hear some
Right.
shit like, fuck.
But you gotta respect the artist when they're trying to elevate their artistry and everything. And if you really fuck with them, you gotta fuck with them.
I don't know if it was necessarily elevation or if he went commercial. You see what I'm saying?
That is true.
It depends on how you look at it.
Cause I don't like it. That's one thing I don't like when
It depends
artists
on how you look at it.
when they do try to go commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like if Erykah Badu tried to do a Coca-Cola commercial or a Coca-Cola type. You know, I don't think those two
Like when Mary did the Burger King shit. We was
child, girl.
We were pissed.
Leave the building.
chicken,
Y'all ain't like that?
mayonnaise.
And don't you even ask Dick, we didn't like that.
Hated it.
Y'all ain't go to Burger King after that?
No,
commercial?
we didn't.
As a matter of fact, we might have boycotted
I feel like they canceled that commercial. Yes,
They
took that
did?
shit off the
They
air.
did. They
Yes.
Twitter ate they ass alive.
Take that shit down.
Shout out to Mary J for that.
No, I do fucks with Mary. Shout out to my
Not for that, though.
25
I
years
don't
too.
like Happy Mary.
But
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Happy Mary do chicken commercials.
Right.
She don't be thinking right.
Right. So if there's one thing that nobody don't know about Rika Pesos, what is it?
Sheesh. I don't know. I feel like I put everything in like music or poetry.
You think so? Like your big toe is like red or some shit, and your other big toe is like pink. You don't know?
I
Some
think
shit like
my
that?
best kept secret is like I'm actually very, very introverted.
Okay. You don't seem that way.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't
I've
seem
just learned to adapt.
that way. Damn, you really don't seem like that.
I feel you.
And you a Delta? Delta's not introverted. They be out there.
how? So all them are the same?
No.
That's what you know how he is.
Out
If
there.
you're a Delta, you're the same. If you're a woman, you're the same. If you're AK,
No.
you're the same.
I mean,
All Omegas
I know
are
a lot
the
of
same.
Deltas. A lot of Deltas is not introverts.
I know a few deltas that are
Like, look at
and
this
I would
Delta.
have, but
Far from introvert.
I'm far from an but I would not. I'm not surprised that you are. You come off introverted to me. You might adapt, but you don't come off very not that you're not friendly. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Right.
I can tell that you adapt, but not adapt so much that you're that open. I guess you could say. Maybe that might
like
not
you
be
keep
good
a
word.
little bit to the vest.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
no, I respect
which is fine.
Yeah, because yeah.
See, because
I feel you,
if Shy was an example of adults, I'm like, yo, they crazy.
You know what?
I love Shy.
Shy, you gonna cut him now or later?
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy like in a bad
She
way.
is gross.
No, not in a bad way.
Yeah, I have grown. Yes, so we're gonna move on. about Rika.
Hey, Rick, where they can find y'all on social media
So,
platforms?
well, I wasn't done.
I'm sorry.
You made me forget my question. Okay, no. So what's the goal? That was my question. Getting to. I feel like I asked you this the last time that you were here, but
Right.
you didn't have a project out the last time that I saw you.
Right.
So
She's a
you know,
straight
that's it. You know what I'm saying? So now we have this project out. We coming out with one in 2020. So
Right.
what exactly are you doing?
So a couple of things. Actually, I'm featuring at Red on the 18th of this month.
Okay.
Doing a feature. It's the last. What is it? Release therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be Wednesday, December 18th at 9 p.m. Show starts at 9. And then for the 2020 project, we actually started a podcast called Educated Hoodlums.
Oh, yeah.
And
Shout out to that.
I like that name.
Thank you. And we're turning into a lifestyle brand. We went through the process of like legitimizing it as a business.
Okay.
And turned into an S corp. So I have 3 business partners, which are equal shareholders in the brand.
Facts.
And
Round-
we'll be
round of
producing.
clap for that. Clap for
Yeah,
that.
for real. We don't got our applause button, but
Right.
yeah, definitely clap for that.
And so what we're gonna do is independent corporation doing music, merchandise, media, and events.
Okay.
That's
Mm.
dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we gotta be a part of that.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
For sure.
don't forget me.
Do I ever?
Look, he'll stalk
I
you
came
till
to
you
your
do.
70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh, you was
Yeah,
there.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Was I there? I was there.
You
She
was
couldn't play like
there.
all the black folks did.
Girl, we won the thing.
We did. We won. I don't remember you there. Did you
Rika
dress
came.
up?
She
Being
came
an
with that-
introvert, being an
I was
introvert.
in the corner.
No way. And I know me and Ash was all over the damn
Okay,
place. So.
I was watching a video the other day. I was like, Shaw was lit, cause Shaw don't dance. But when I tell you Shaw was dancing,
Cause
that
that's
night,
the music that I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't do none of this
Yeah,
new shit. But
yeah,
put on
yeah.
some 70s or something for me,
Okay.
baby, it's over. So,
Shaw really a 65-year-old woman in
I am
real
on the
life.
inside. I am. And that's fine. That's where it was. That's where it's at. Anyway, yes. Now tell the people where they can find the project, where they can find
You
you.
done,
all that.
child.
I'm done.
It's Rika Pesos on every platform. So it's RIKAPSOS. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. The project, you can find it on Spinrilla. Like I said, you can download the Spinrilla app and search Rika Pesos, or go to spinrilla.com/Rika Pesos.
That's what's up.
Let's get around the applause.
Congratulations.
Thanks for coming back.
Once again, on the 16th, as we call it.
Yeah,
16th.
Make sure y'all
I
go
like
pick
that.
that up, man. Spin Brother, what else?
just to sample the 6 tape. It's on Spinrilla.
Mm.
It's on SoundCloud, but I don't really push it on SoundCloud. I'm driving a lot of the traffic to Spinrilla.
Right.
Just because I like how they do their artists. So.
Right. That's what's up.
All right. Rika Pesos building. Noadvisory.
Bang.
Bang, bang.
You're now live in 7.8 Sarah.